I'm going to show you why support and resistance is often a target for smart money traders. So let's talk about support and resistance. So this is the very first method that I've ever learned as a new trader. And the way support and resistance works is that you find an area in the chart that is showing you a bit of resistance, meaning that price is not going above this area. And the way support works is that you find an area in the chart where price is not going beneath, and there you have support and resistance. Looks like price is in an uptrend here. There are levels of support. How do we know that there are levels of support? Well, price has not gone beneath these levels and 3 touches to this support level. And then above is the level of resistance here. But guys, please note that support and resistance levels will not hold forever. So eventually they'd be passed, right? We'd break through the resistance or the support. So here is a resistance level. The resistance level is shorter lived than the support because it is an uptrend. So that's important. If you are going to trade support and resistance, recognize the trend first, right? If it's an uptrend, you want to focus on getting your opportunities from the support levels. And if it's a downtrend, you want to focus on getting your levels from the resistance standpoint. I found that this area is a level of support, and I found that this level is an area of resistance. Now guys, I did give you a really helpful nugget. I said that if we were in an uptrend, we'd want to focus on the support levels, and if we were in a downtrend, we want to focus on getting our opportunities from the resistance levels. But guys, I want to also show you how this trade would play out if I were to trade support and resistance. So first things first, guys, if I am gonna take a trade from this support level, I'd be looking to leave my stop loss right beneath this support level here, and I'd be targeting this resistance level. And if I were to take a short, I'd be also leaving my stop loss right above this resistance level, and I'd be targeting the support level. Stop losses would definitely be hit if we were taking this support and resistance trade. I do not trade support and resistance simply because it took me a few years to realize that these levels were actually targets for liquidity grabs. And if that is not making much sense to you now, I'm going to go ahead and explain that further. When we are looking for a setup, we are actually looking for an area above or beneath an area that's about to be stopped out, and that's where we want to take our opportunity. So if we were selling down, this level of support would actually be a target. So if we were looking to buy, right, I would not be looking to buy from the support level. I'd actually want to see these lows being taken out. These are relatively equal lows. So other people are looking at this level as support, and I'm looking at this level as equal lows, which show me dollar signs. Right? So after this low has been taken out, these relatively equal lows here, which is sell side liquidity, we come down beneath it, taking out all of those stop losses. And then this is where we would be getting our entry, right? We have 2 areas right here. We have this institutional candle here. It looks like it broke this high. The candle beneath it is going to be my OB. And it looks like it became a bit of a demand zone, right? We have 3 touches to this area, and it's a demand zone. So rather than using support and resistance, I am looking to use demand and supply zones, right? So here's a demand zone, meaning that I'm expecting price to go up from this level here. And I'd be targeting the resistance level, guys, right? These are the level of resistance. These are targets, either for take profits or for entries. So guys, here at this resistance level, rather than using this level as a resistance, it would actually be a target for me to take profit. As you can see, we came up, this would be a take profit here. There are targets for liquidity because this is where the money is, right? After we wipe these people out, the market then tends to go into the direction that you thought it was going to go into anyway. So this is the reason why you're being stopped out, guys. The market is going to move where the money is. I have GJ, and I've already gone ahead and marked up my resistance. Just going to leave an R there, and my support. Now, I did state previously that if we are in a downtrend, you want to focus on getting your opportunities from those resistance levels. And if we're in an uptrend, you want to focus on getting your opportunities from those support levels. I'm going to go ahead and see how this would play out, taking along from this level to the area of resistance, and then taking a sell from that level of resistance back to that support. So guys, this strategy is working for a lot of traders. And at the end of this demonstration, I do want to give my honest opinion on it, but for now we're going to press play. So this is if we take along from this area of support. Okay, wonderful guys, wonderful. So guys, this is great. This trade would have played out from this area of support. Wonderful, right? Now, when we get to the level of taking the sell from resistance, if we were to enter here and set the stop loss right above these highs, then we would have been stopped out technically. But let's just go ahead and play this out. Okay, so from this level back down to the area of support, it looks like we would not be able to take a trade back from that support. And it looks like if you had a really tight stop loss right above this resistance, you would have been stopped out. So I want to explain to you why this happens, why when you're trading support and resistance, you're being stopped out a lot of the times, and why sometimes that actually does play out for you, right? But we don't want to trade with luck. We want to understand exactly what's happening and what we're doing. So this is a smart money concept way of trading, and it's going to prevent you from being stopped out when you're trading support and resistance, right? You are actually a target for liquidity. So guys, let's go ahead and analyze the fact that this is a downtrend, right? The market started to make lower highs and lower lows, right? And there is where we want to find our entry, where there is liquidity. So I did identify these relatively equal highs, which some may identify as support or resistance levels. And this would be an area where I'd want to see the market come up above, right? So when I'm looking for my entry, right, I like to look above the liquidity. I like to look for areas that it's above the liquidity, which is like equal highs. And then I like to look for an order block or imbalance, right, above those equal highs. And we have this little area here, right? And as you can see, right, this institutional candle broke this low, and above that institutional candle right here is my OB, which is my area of interest. And I also went ahead and marked this break of structure because, guys, I love the break and retest. So after we broke that structure, guys, I'm simply waiting for a retest, right? We got that break, and then we got that retest into my OB. Ideally, this is an entry, right? Right here, the first entry, you can target this low here. First trade. Second trade. After breaking that low, we are waiting for another retest, guys. The same thing, the break and wait. So after breaking this low, break of structure, we get a retest back into another bearish OB. Looks like we come back, we get some internal liquidity. Price leaves this area, it comes down into here. Looks like this is a little bullish order block, but all in all, guys, that is internal liquidity. So now we're looking at that area where traders will be looking for support in, and they go ahead and take that support trade, but it's just a little internal liquidity reversal to come up above this buy side liquidity here, right? So we are understanding that we are taking opportunities, but the market may come up above because we left behind some relatively equal highs here. So once we come up above these relatively equal highs, this is a classic trade, guys. We want to see a buy side liquidity sweep before we continue a downtrend, and this is the buy